Hey everyone, I want to talk to you a little bit about course progress and how you as a student can use that to keep tabs on how you're doing in the course. If you go to your profile, your name on the top right side of the page, you can pull down the menu and you'll see an item there called progress. This is actually a great way to look at not only grades but many other aspects of your progress through the course. So you would select that item, and then you'll end up at this page where we're at the moment. Now we're into the grades area. You'll actually, when you come in, you'll be at a summary place, and so the summary will then, if you scroll down, you'll see basically all these categories where you can dig in. Now you'll see some of these are zero, for example, surveys and quizzes. If your particular course doesn't have a quiz or doesn't have a survey, then of course there'll be zero there. So you just ignore those categories. All the way down to the bottom, these are all the categories that you have available to look and see how you're doing. So this both your instructor can look at this also, and of course have an idea of how you're doing in the course. Now on the left side of the screen, just to scoot it over a minute, you can go directly to any of those categories just by clicking on that particular item. So first of all, let's look a little bit into the grades piece and see how that's looking. If you can see the arrow, so if you simply open each tab, you'll get more information. And the advantage here is that you sort of get your entire course view all at once. You know how in the grade book it expands for all the feedback, whereas in the progress view you can sort of scroll right down and see all your grades on the right column. And if you want to open up and see the feedback, then you can. So this is actually kind of a shortcut to the grade book, so to speak, at different levels. So if I pop open feedback, then I'm going to see the feedback for that particular assignment and just close it up again. Now another feature of this is showing you your current grade, your maximum final you can earn, and your minimum final. So advantage of this, you can see your potential. Right now this student could really push their grade up to an A minus, and if they stopped right now they would end up earning, looks like a D plus or so. So it sort of gives you kind of a perspective of where you are in relation to the total course. The little bar graph you see here on the right just is a quick visual showing you how you progress through the course, starting at the right with week 1 and going all the way through to the last week. This particular course we're looking at is 11-week portfolio class. That's why it has more weeks than another one would. Now, so we've looked at grades here. Now there's some other options that we can look at. Let's go back to summary for a minute, and or pull up the grades option. There are no objectives connected to the class yet, so that's fine. We'll ignore that. Now here's content, and this sort of a bar graph shows you the content if you've missed any content. And if you pop open the tab, then you can see specifically how many visits you made, how much time you spent on each one. Of course, remember the instructor has access to all the same information. They can scroll through and see how you're doing on your work as far as reading the material. So those are all important aspects of participating in the course. And as you can continue digging down, this just focused on the current week in this course. Discussions covers your participation in the discussion itself. So we can see right off the top how many posts were authored and how many posts were read. Again, the instructor has access to the same information, and as do you. So you can see how you're doing. Overall, if you want to, again, you can go directly to the discussion here. So if I click on this link, it'll actually take me into the discussion, and I can see my posts that were authored there. So it's a kind of a shortcut if you want to just see your participation. We can see, for example, in week 9, the students participated pretty extensively. We've got posts 1, 2, 3. In assignment 2, we've got 1, 2, and well, even more. So these are set up chronologically, right? And you can see the times are posted here on the right side. So if you're wondering, did I remember to post for that assignment? Did I remember to do my minimum of 2 posts? You can go in and quickly see that right here under discussions. So I'll close that up. We'll keep going. There are no particular assignments in this class, but it's functions the same as discussions. You could see how you've posted your submissions and go straight to them to see what they were like. Now, the other piece that you might find interesting is just login history and course access. So this login history is your history to logging in to Brightspace total, and then course access will be access to the course itself. Again, the instructor has access to this also, so they can see how you've done. If they click on the graphic, it'll add more detail or well, I guess you aren't going to see more details. We've got to go to course access here. I'm sorry. Go right into the, so you can see if you're wondering how your attendance is going, for example, you can see all the days that you were in and logged in. So this is pretty useful. You're keeping track of that and want to make sure that you follow the attendance policies. So that's the course progress window. It's a great view into how you're doing in class, not just for your grades, but also total view. Instructors have access to the same exact information per student, so they can also see how your participation is going, how you're progressing as far as your learning and success also. So take advantage of this. It's a great way to participate and keep track of how you're doing in a course.